Hey, welcome to another edition of Freedom Speaks. And I'm your host, Navon. I will be talking to you guys about something a little controversial, something that's most people probably wouldn't agree with, especially coming from someone who's basically living in the lower income bracket. um, and, in not such great area, whatever. But I basically want to say that I kind of agree with some of the things that Donald Trump has been saying, which is weird, because I think he's a complete asshole. So let me just also throw that out there that he is actually a complete asshole, and I'm not voting for him. Um, I'm definitely going to be voting for Hillary Clinton for president, or or I can't even remember his name. That's what I really said, Hillary Clinton, but the older guy. But the thing about him is, I'm kind of worried that he might die for some reason during his presidency if he got that chance. But which is bad and horrible to say. But when all your hair is gray already, most people go into the White House with at least some kind of color in their hair before it starts turning gray. His is already completely gray. So, but I digress. Let's see. Um, yeah, basically, and the only thing I agree with Donald Trump about is the immigration. The one I think that America does need better border protection because the border is not all that well protected. Like when you think about, let's say, Canada, for instance, it's okay to have a mediocre barrier for Canada because Canadians aren't trying to constantly sneak into our borders, they're not trying to be mischievous, they're not trying to steal our jobs, they're not doing like a lot of the things that the southern country from America is doing. So, I definitely think that there should be a stronger border patrol. I definitely also think that all the immigrants that are in America now, um, and that are constantly coming into America, I think that they should be kicked out. They should. I mean, it sounds horrible when you say round them up and throw them out. Like I said, me being a black person and everything else, I definitely understand. Hey, you guys are not like pieces of Mexicans are not like illegal Mexicans that are in America are not pieces of meat to be thrown wherever and treated however. But at the same time, there are laws, there are regulations, and there are certain things set up so that the people who are born here legally, not like, oh, like say for instance, my mom was in Mexico or born and raised in Mexico. If she was like, oh, I'm 8 months pregnant now, let me go across the border and have you in America in an American hospital so that you can be an American. I mean, that's kind of shady, really shady, shifty kind of. You have a whole country to kind of do what you want to do with, so I don't know, even though your country is kind of run by drug dealers, but at the same time, it's not America's fault that Mexico is basically being run by drug dealers. That's something that it's not going to change unless people who live in Mexico actually stay there and they try to fix the problem. So, and by so many illegal immigrants coming to America, and I think over 50% of the drugs are coming from Mexico. I mean, it's like you're not really helping America out by bringing all the drugs and etc. the gangs. And my biggest problem though is jobs, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Drug dealers, you want to cross that border and sell y'all drugs and everything else and shoot up people who ain't got nothing to do with whatever kind of crap y'all got going on, and that's y'all. But the jobs is kind of where I kind of draw the line, and that's my main focal point. Um, the first example I want to give is a pretty strong one. I worked for 3 years at McDonald's now downtown. So I worked there for 3 years, and now I got the job when I was about 20. I want to say 23. Yes, about 23. Now I know a lot of people are hearing that like, damn, 23. Wow, and that was the first time I actually worked at McDonald's. I've never worked there before. So I'm sitting there, I'm working at McDonald's. I'm not sitting there, but I'm, working at McDonald's and everything for 3 years, from 23 to 26. So I kind of, and I'm downtown Chicago. So if you've ever been in Chicago downtown and you've been to a McDonald's, you will definitely automatically notice the major thing. This major thing is that there are no non-Latino people working in those McDonald's. Period. Like if there is, they're a manager or something like that. They're a manager or something like that. So it's not like, you're not actually getting, like the ground level people up. You won't see too many people like, I'm in high school and I'm, la 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 la, trying to make some money kind of shit. You won't see that at all. Like, and that's the problem. There are too many illegal immigrants coming to America, and they cannot apply for or get any of any of the higher level jobs, higher level positions, because they're illegals. They have to pass background checks, drug tests, everything else, whole shabam. And a well-known company is not going to hire an illegal immigrant to work for them because they know the legal issues that come with that. So what options do the illegal immigrants have? They work low budget jobs like McDonald's, low entry level restaurants kind of stuff, factory jobs. Um, Basically all those lower entry level things that people who live in poverty need, people who need, people who, are fresh out of high school or still in high school, or, you're homeless and you're young and you just need work, like, or homeless in general and you need work. Like, those are the jobs that they're taking. Like, no matter where I go, I always see the same thing, whether it's construction or restaurants. The illegal Mexicans will do it for a lot cheaper than the actual people who were born and raised in America or have a right to be in America, if there is a such thing. So, um, I don't know. I just feel like if they weren't here, then maybe, and by they, I mean the illegals, not the legal immigrants. So, I mean, if you did your paperwork, you did everything you've had to do, to come here, and you came here and you're about your business, then this is not about you. This is about the people who are in the middle of the night with their kids, you know, swimming through lakes to come to America. It's like, it's not that serious. You can get shot in America probably just as quick as you can get shot in Mexico, especially since half of y'all are from Mexico and you're coming here. And it ain't like you coming into no suburban white neighborhood. You going into the ghettos where other illegal immigrants are. So you basically are, your reasoning is, or some people's reasoning is, oh, it's so dangerous over there. But if all of y'all come here, then aren't y'all just bringing the danger here and then you're still around it? So you haven't really changed anything because you, by becoming a criminal and doing something illegal, have only contributed to the problem, you know? But yeah, it's just sad that there's so many illegal immigrants, especially like in the McDonald's that I was working in. It was like everybody, literally everybody. And at one point towards the end, that's all there were. There was literally no one else. I think one other black person who was like, I think she was in high school or something like that. Or was she? Yeah, she was just out of high school. She was just out of high school. She only worked there, like, I don't even know because I ended up getting fired, but for some other stuff. But but that's another day and another story that I'll gladly share. I just wanted to express that because I feel like that's something that a lot of people are like, oh my God, people are talking about, how dare they? And it's like the people, either they don't know what they're talking about because they live in those suburbs where they don't really have to deal with too many illegals, and or they're the employers of the illegal immigrants and they're getting over because they're paying the illegal immigrants like literally minimum wage, and then never a raise is not gonna happen. If it does happen, you're gonna get like a dime or a nickel or something like that. And trust me, I know from experience that that's exactly what they do. From at least from in the McDonald's I was working in, that's one part of the reasons I was like, my whole attitude changed once they were like, y'all trying to treat me like, no. I've been working here 3 years and no. But anyway, like I said, that's another story. But um, what was I? Dang, that really like threw me off. Oh yeah, and then the third thing is that they're taking up space. Like literally, they're taking up space. There's whole communities of illegal immigrants in America, especially in areas in Chicago like Pilsen and Little Village, where they're all illegal immigrants. They all don't have jobs. They're all taking up all of the resources, even the resources for the homeless. You know, like they're taking up resources that we need as Americans, born and raised, and have rights to. And that's what I don't think is okay. You know, it's okay that you want to get away from where you are because you say it's dangerous and blah, blah, blah. And you don't want to make a change there. You want to go somewhere where there's already a better life. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, you don't get to choose where you were born, but you can make the difference of where you were born. So if you're deciding to say, forget that place, and oh yeah, and then let me also throw this in there too. Why I don't understand, y'all come to the illegal immigrants now. You come to America, and then you don't. You get them. You find some kind of luck. You luck up and find some good job through connections or whatever, and some American person is out of that money now. But your legal ass is making this money, and what do you do with it? But send it back to Mexico or you know whatever, because Mexico isn't the only place that's doing it. But I'm mostly talking about Mexico here. But you send the money back to Mexico, and it's like, why are you here? You're basically stealing our money to give back to your people when you can just go to your country and try to make your country better by like not being lazy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it that it's like I said before, it's safer, so therefore it's a little bit easier just to kind of get the job or whatever you need to do, or not have to deal with the cartel or whatever the hell is over there. But hey, we have gangs here too. We have violence here too. We have shootings here too. We have issues here too. So it's kind of like that bullshit. It's basically the explanations that I've heard to why people do it is a bunch of bullshit. Basically, there is no real reason for any illegal immigrants, no matter where you are, whether you're coming to America or you're coming out of America and going somewhere else. For a matter of fact, if and most of the times, if you're an American and you try to go to a different country, they will kick your butt out in 2.5 seconds, literally, like legit. Like I just was looking on the news and like they just were saying that like like I think the people were there like 3 weeks or something, and they got like they immediately no questions asked were deported right back to America. It was kind of like it's kind of one sided, Mexico. Y'all can't just be trying to bring all your people here and then half of them people be drug dealers and gangbangers, and which is true. Like let's not try to act like all y'all are all nice and trying to start businesses, which is still bogus because you're stealing money, but. So you can try to cover it. It's like a cover up basically. You're like, oh, I want to better my life. I want to my kids and la 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 and all this other stuff that you want to do and support and everything else. But you're doing it in a way that's not responsible or respectful to the people that's around you. You want us to respect you, but you don't want to take the steps to get that respect. You just want to come over here, take our money, and then do whatever the hell you want to do. And it doesn't kind of work like that, you know? And that's why I don't really feel sorry for illegal immigrants. I mean, it kind of is what it is. Even when they had those marches, I was like, baby, I don't get why the police wasn't checking all of their ass in and, hauling their ass away, frankly, because who wants to eventually, all you motherfuckers from wherever y'all coming from can't just come y'all ass into America and expect that y'all just gonna have something. So then what? And then what about the people who are already living in poverty like me, who have to, at 23, have to work at a McDonald's? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's sad as hell. I have less job opportunities literally because of illegal immigrants. So if I have less job opportunities, then why the hell would I want to help you get across the border, or why should I care about you and your kids when you and your kids ain't even supposed to be here to begin with. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate everybody listening to me vent. I'm about to vent. I have to work today, so that's why I wanted to shoot this video before, because I know I wasn't going to actually do I'm not doing any more wrestling. Because I've already went through that and picked a champion. The champion ended up being Nicole Orton, which is Star, the girl with the pink and all the whole pink get up or whatever. She beat Charlie Angle, which is supposed to be Kurt Angle's wife, for the WWE Divas Championship belt. So I didn't figure that you guys would want to see that, since they're not actually like real people. But so I spared you all that and myself all that time, because it took me like 4 days to upload all those videos, and aren't too many people really looking at them. So I'm like, oh well, let me move on to the next chapter of my television show channel thingy. But anyway, much love. I'm sorry if any illegal immigrants hear this. Well, actually, I'm not sorry if any illegal immigrants hear this. I'm sorry if anybody who's an American feels offended by the way, or by my opinion, is how I should phrase that. Because, and honestly, I should be offended, but I mean, hey, I'm the one who's living in poverty. I mean, I don't know. It's real. It's not black and white, but it is kind of like the people who are talking about it. The people who aren't talking about it are the people who should be talking about it. Let me just end on that note. All right. Much love. Leave any comments and I'll respond. You know how I do it. Bye.